Hi, I am one of the Motex Technologies, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Wedding Manager app. So this is going to be a very detailed video. Buckle up and let's get started. Okay, let's begin with Wedding Manager app. So first of all, you have to read all the terms and conditions. Yeah, just to understand how your data is being used. As it's been said, safety start knowing how your data is being used. You know and understand what data we are storing, where are we storing, and what data we are not storing. And we also want to comply with the data protection of the laws of Zambia and also the constitution and other things. So you make sure that you read everything and understand how your data is used. Once you agree, you come here. So first of all, this application doesn't have a place where you have to sign up. Yeah, so to make sure that your data is protected and that nobody steals them, we've restricted new signups from especially strangers. So for someone to have this application signed, you have two ways. First of all, you have to request access. So just come here. Yeah, it's on maybe you have a question, maybe other thing, you request access. Then once you send the message, we'll get back as soon as possible. So you can't sign in, but if I said, okay, we've created the account on your name, what you should do is you go to forget password, then you enter your email. So for example, let me go to forget password, then you put your email password and you log in. Remember that this one can only work if you are part of the wedding or if you are granted access. So come here, you put your email. So once you put your email, for example, let's begin this email, or the one I'm going to use in this example. I say request code. So the first email we are going to receive is just going to invite you, telling you what you should do. So you go back, then you enter, you send the verification again, the email it will come. So once the email comes, you enter the digits. So let's do this now. So next, the 6 digit code will be sent on your email. So let me quickly grab them and able to write them here. Code has come, so it's 81109. Okay, then now you create your password. So let me just quickly create a simple password, then I'll update you on the next step. Okay, so once you are done, you enter your new password. Yeah, you're going to start on this screen with a tutorial, of course, which I've just bypassed. So first of all, you have to customize the sliders. You can add up to 10 images. So I'm going to do so. I'm just going to pick the images and here. So let me just quickly run this. Okay, so the next thing is I have to click on the image. Yeah, so walk through the tutorial. This time I'm going to skip. So this is how you add the next image. You tap on the image and you tap on the pencil. So I'll tap here and click add image. Okay, for a simple tutorial like this one, I'm going to just wait for these 5 images. I'm going to work with these. I'm okay. So you can add up to 10. They have special use. I'm going to show you later. So first of all, I want to customize the app. Although it's come to more options, go to settings. Then you start setting things. So when is your wedding date? Is it October 29, 2027? Yeah, I've done this. Then location. Yeah, so I'll just pick a general name. So maybe if you're in Zambia, I say it's going to be in Lusaka, Maine. I don't know what is Lusaka, Maine. Then on a reception location, you are also to say Lusaka Gardens. Lusaka Gardens. That's your reception place. Then how many people are in your wedding? So this is the reception part. You budget the seating capacity as well as the type of ceremony which you're going to have. So most of the ceremony nowadays they have tables. So if you're having maybe for this tutorial we're going to have we are going to be inviting 150 people. So for 150 people we want to invite 100 guests, then 50 people are those involved in different tasks, including those who will be serving, those who will be helping as part of the bridal party, and everyone involved, including you and your partner. So we are going to say it's about 150, but this 150 for private guests who are going to come, we are going to invite 100. And after negotiating, it's been found that the venue which we are going to host the reception, they are going to have 10 tables for 100 guests. And for these 10 tables, each table has 10 chairs. So that is 10 multiplied by 10, which is 100 in capacity. We'll keep that in mind. We can also see, we're going to come back to this one later. But for now, I want to customize maybe the color theme. I like dark mode, but I don't like this default color. So I'm going to pick a different one. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one. I think I love it. Yeah, so you can continue and check or explore some more options, such as maybe fingerprint. Yeah, and the use for this one. So this is the QR generation code, the format. Please do not click this if you've already generated the invitations, because once you reset, as the warning will show us, all invitation will be invalid. So do this if you think the invitations were compromised and you just want to regenerate the new one. Yes, you can also reset the tutorials and reset the preferences you've set within the app. So that's all with the setting. Yeah, there's one last setting which I want to set. I want to choose the background image. So I'll pick the image within this. I think I would love the image to be that of this couple portrait number 5. Then I'm just say okay. For now, I'm not cropping it from here. Let's see how it will be. So, by the way, I love playing it. Yeah, for now. Okay, yeah, for now, I'll just keep it this the way it is. Just cancel. You can also pick the tile capacity. So if you want to be seeing the background, you slide this, and yeah, I think I love this one. So let's continue now setting up the app. Let me go back to the home page and start going through different types of stuff. Okay, welcome back again. So as you may have seen from the tutorials after using the app, you have this is the countdown piece. You see the invitation date and the number of days which are remaining in order for that event to arrive. Yeah. So we also have the shortcut for if you want to see the guests, the people who've checked in during the event, and also the task you've completed. So for now, everything is 0 because we haven't added anything. Also, if you want to modify or change the seating capacity, just click here and you can able to modify according to how the event you're going to host from will be. So we are going to end with the guest part as the last part. Let me start with the planning section. So this is where you plan your event in every part of the uh, planning. So this is not just the invitation generator or maybe a place where you can get your invitations printed or generated. It's where you plan organize or do everything, and we've made sure that we've explained what this app is about. If you go back to the info part, you say that this wedding manager is a complete digital wedding planning system designed to simplify guest management, invitations, tracking, and event coordination. So it allows couples to organize, to generate secure invitation cards with unique QR code, manages guests efficiently, and monitor attendance in real time. This is what you should do. You can also get your backup at the end, and these are some of the key features plus more which we are going to talk in this tutorial. So let's get started um with this planning system. So we have the task and checklist where you plan what needs to be done, and also what you are uh, uh, what should be taken place as you are approaching that event. So we have the templates part where you can quickly add everything, anything, or you can be interested in. You can also start from scratch by doing this. So let me give you an example. Maybe we've set the wedding date. You can just come back here, then you edit. When was this? Was it assigned to someone? And you modify anything. So if you are done, you also mark it as complete. This is what you do. So let me pick maybe you have to create a WhatsApp group for planning. You have to draft guest list. Yeah, you plan all of this, everything for Shan. If it's about the venue, it's about photography. Prepare what if about legal matters. Prepare my certificate requirements. Yeah, I finalize my certificate processing and everything. So I'm going to pick one event here. So I'm going to say maybe set wedding date. So this should be done this month. So I'm going to pick another month, maybe by May 27. That's the timeline I'm going to do this. Then we will say mark as complete if I don't know this is not completed. So we set a date. So that was October 2027. October 2027, October 9. Say 29. It's supposed to be 30. Okay, I'll change it later. Then on the down I just choose save. Enable reminders. No, I don't want to be reminded for this type of event. So it's done. So you can also do is maybe if you're planning to discuss with people, let's say discussing um what can I think of? Okay, discussing the type of event, the type of event with, yeah, just this type of event you're looking for. And we set the date, so we want it to be by tomorrow. We discuss, maybe you have a partner. Remember, maybe if you have an article, a link, or a place which you can refer to as you are discussing, you can attach it. So I will just pick an example of google.com. But remember, if you have an article, especially for advanced places where you have articles in mind and you just need to keep them as reminders, remember to do this. So I don't want events. Okay, discussing events. So this one, yeah, I said it should be done by before October 2027. It's fine. I can just tap here to edit the date. This is very long, huh? I think I can start from March this time. Okay, so then once you are done, the link is there. You can just open the link, and the number of people who've attached to your wedding will be able to see this. You can also share this to WhatsApp. It's going to go with the person, and if there's a person assigned to and you have a reminder of a link should check it out, you can just write a name, send that person the message, and it's going to see it and open that link. So this is all for me to for this screen. Let me go to the uh, schedule part. So this is a real-time event which you are going to have as you are planning your wedding. Yeah, so for example, we also have templates in almost each screen. So let me just walk you through what type of events are here. So maybe at 8 to 9 hours, you have hair and makeup. Make sure the things are ready, getting ready for what? A vendor and arrival setup, a first log, up to the reception part. Then you also have after this, let me say maybe at this time you and this, it will start in 1 hour, 20 minutes. So this is a planning now of how your wedding should flow. So I'll keep this the templates the way they are looking for. How your wedding should flow from 8 to 9, making sure that everything is under control, and also have a countdown of what's coming, what's happening, the remaining number of years, days. I mean, and the rest. Okay, so now let's start. Let's go to the events and vendors. So, events and vendors, we have the reception program. This is what will be happening at the main hall where you are going to host your reception party. For this type of design, is a place where you have two kinds of weddings. The first one is you maybe go to a place where you can just officiate and do the things. Then you have the celebration part, which is normally happens at the private reception which you've booked or you've hired. So you have MC opening and everything. So you just edit MC opening words and welcome words. So if you have a time also, remember this is just the not optional part. Yeah, if you want this one, what will appear is this on the card. So make sure that if you don't need this, you add it here. So I'll click save this. So after this, there's a matron entry. You put a song or maybe a song which should under, you put it under this. Then after the matron entry, there's a groom entry. Yeah, everything is here. Then you also have the heading part where you can have main. It's a main event. So what this main event does, let me just push it somewhere. So what this main event does, push it on this below. Is that as you are printing, it will be a demarcation on your card. So like I said, by the way, in almost every screen you can export your data for the Excel. Yeah, even here you can export it for Excel. Yeah, but in here you have two options. You can export it as a Word document or you can print the program. So for this type of scenario, I'll print this. So I want those flows to be numbered or a bullet you choose. I'll choose numbers as default. Then do I need grouping? If you don't need grouping, you say flat list, just flat list. But if you need use heading like that heading I've applied, you use this one. Then you say you pick the font for couple names. So I think Great Vibes is okay or Playful. And then for the menu, I think this one is okay. Then let's just generate and see the results. Okay, seems it's done generating. Let's just have a quick look at the wedding program. So, but the use of that background is to be used to when you generate this reception program. It will be the cover photo. Then you have the title of the reception program and where it's going to happen. So you have this reception program. See the numbers and the time. So by 15:15, this is should happening. Come opening words. Then the events, main event. You have those two items which you are going to, which we've added. So feel free to add more to make sure that your flows comes. as soon as you are done. Then we also have the wedding team. So like I mentioned, you have people to help you plan the event. You book a hall, you write um, who have helped you or who is responsible for that, including the details and the phone number so that you can able to quickly uh, uh, get back to the person which you want. So I'm going to do this just quickly, but you have to enter the amount you paid for this and everything to keep track of what is happening. So I'm going to have maybe sometimes the power gets disappointing if the event doesn't have a generator. Yeah, I have to use the one coming. So I've hired this. Everything you think you can hire, security and parking efficiency. Yeah, the jewelry rings. Yeah, if the company has delivered this, yeah, just have a quick look mode of this. Then now let's look at the financial part. For the financial parts or for the budget parts, you have where you track expenses. Every expense you do, you track. So if you bought a suit, you book a venue, you've done anything, you've hired a sound system or a DJ, you you write an amount. So you do this, you make sure that everything is added. Yeah, it's good. You keep track of everything. You add the things for the cakes, and everything gets listed here. Then another thing is go to contribution. If as you are planning an event, there are some incomes which are coming, maybe from friends, you make sure you write them. They'll appear here to help you track everything. So this was um, everything. Then let's go to the more part. So the more part, first thing, you have the milestone, just to keep track of your task and what you need to do. So for now, we haven't added. Guess yes, you have two tasks and instead of being completed, you haven't had budget set. You have two schedules draft, so everything is in progress. So you have 40% ready with the 339 days to go. So make sure that we are hitting somewhere 90s or 100 if possible, so that yeah, focus on task post and on your scores. Okay, we'll do this. Yeah, we also have the wedding memory. This is an interesting part. This will be the last part after we are done, even adding the list of guests. Then the other thing, the reminders which are coming, you view them here. You also have the terms and conditions and everything which is happening in the more screen. But there's something which I want to show you in this screen, and that is the admin. The admin rules. So I'm going to quickly come back to this because the account I'm using is not allowing me to see that part. So we are going to use the admin part, then able to learn how to get use of it. So let me come back once this account has been upgraded. Okay, I'm back now. Let's continue. The account has been upgraded. Please, if you are the wedding owner, this should automatically do, but if just in case you can't see that feature, here is the tip of what you should do. You should go to more options, you look for customer support, then you write that you can't see it. Yeah, otherwise you try it. By all means, make sure that the account which you have has an access. So what I was talking about is the admin tools. We have two admin tools which wanted to share with you so that you know what you can use. First of all, you know that this one is not your wedding only, rather it's a group to manage this. So the importance of this app is you can collaborate with others, collaborate with your partner, collaborate with the events coordinator and other things. So I'll give you an example of this email which I'm using. This is the account I'm using. So by default, is the role of an admin. So you can promote someone also to be an admin in your wedding, and you have the same access which you have. Also, you can set limits just in case you are you are security conscious, that if the person is using multiple devices, there's a risk that one of the devices is going to expose the security or the data which is not supposed to be stored. So you limit the device, only one device will sign in. Also, we have screen permissions. So because I'm using this as an example, let me add another email, invite this person to the wedding, then able to see how we can promote the person. So if you want to add someone, you quickly choose the email for that person. So I'm going to choose this. No, it's not random. Then you also pick an assignment. So this one is a wedding director. Yeah, device limit with one. Okay. So the instructions will be sent to this email on how to do everything. But otherwise, if you feel the person is not having the list, you just tell the person to say, go to the app, go to forget password, like you've done. Then reset password in order for the person to enter the account. Otherwise, this one is a user want to do two things. You can restrict the user. If you switch this off, will not have access. The account will be temporarily be blocked until you turn this on. Also, you have this part where you say screen permission. So let's now look at the door bouncer. So now the door bouncer, we are going to have the other device as our helper, because we need this. We need to get attached to the wedding. So there are three ways. There are basically three ways of inviting a door bouncer. First of all, you can invite the door bouncer by generating this QR code. So the other way is you can invite the door bouncer by giving him the global name and the global bouncer a password. So on this pair QR, we are going to generate one. The door bouncer needs to scan this to get access in his app, or you can use the code. So in this scenario, we're going to use the code, and you just open the door bouncer in this device, which I'm going to. Yeah, you have instructions of where to download the door bouncer. Yeah, just click on download it anyway. It's going to be here. So I need that code. It's going to be here for 10 minutes. So it's on countdown 566238. Okay. So I said put it 566238. Then I say pair. So the guest part has all these parts is what you need to manage the guest. So once again, at the dashboard screen or on the home screen, we have this. We also have this, which is this and this. So the first part is where you just scan the invitations of the guest. If I come here, yeah, I'll be scanning the invitation, but this one is not your job, just in case someone may use this one. But uh, it's used by the door bouncer. Then you also have now the guest list. So here we are targeting 100 people. Our reception as a venue. So here is a tip of how we can use this one. So yeah, we have 10 seats per table. So keep track to avoid everything. So making sure that as we are signing, as we are from the list of guests we've drafted, make sure that we know where to put each. So let's start by adding the guest. So my first guest will be Ebo. Phone number is optional. I don't need it for now. A single, so it will be alone. Then I'll just say which table will it be. So I've reserved table one, table two to be for families. Yeah, so bride's families and groom's families. So I'll start from table three. I'll assign this one from table three. Then I'll choose save. I can quickly dismiss this part by tapping the X. Then I'll go again to this add and tap the other people will be guests. So will be Mr. and Mrs. Lungu. Just invite this one as a couple and Mrs. Lungu. So will be a couple. And where are they going to be signed? So if you go back to table number three, see that there's one guest. So plus three, you have they've assigned to guest three. To table three, you have 3/10 couple plus one. So making sure that each once I'm done with table three, I'll move to another table, or maybe I randomly pick tables, but making sure that they are not over 10. The next guest I think I can invite. Let me see. So let's say I'll invite Keisha also. Yeah, maybe this one will be a pair. I'll pick a pair. So by default, the pair is by two. They'll be assigned to this same table. Let me just pick the table. I don't know who he'll come with, but I'll give a note that feel free to pick anyone you can come with, so that it shows. Then the other one is my family. I just say my family. Will be a card for my family. They occupy all the 10 seats in the table. So it will be a family. Yes. Then a table will be assigned at table number one. Then net counts and the number of people. There will be 10. So this one is full automatically. Table one is full. It's taken like the person who is marrying to this wedding. Right. Next thing is I'm going to. I think I'm okay. No, just one more. Yes, I'm inviting this. So for simplicity, I'll pick this just to have a quick look at this. Okay, so we are done with the guest. What should be next? So what should be next once you are done with guest? You have to configure the template you're going to use for your wedding. So let me talk about the template and let's talk about how you can make a customized template. Okay, so here we are here in this case, read this screen. Yeah, just walking through about how you can use. So I'll just keep big script. So this is a wedding invitation template. Here you have 10 templates from the private. We also have it's from the public ones. So the public is where you imagine inviting everyone. Maybe there's a ceremony, there's a wedding uh, function which is happening before that reception program. So and everyone is free to invite because this is not a restricted place. Maybe you're in a place of worship or anywhere you choose, and you don't feel a person is a restricted account. So invitation. So just come here, you pick which template you can choose, and you can post to everyone. So I'll keep this one. You can also hide the ones you don't want to use. So for example, in my case, I don't want these templates, they look dry to me, to be honest. Three, yeah, but I'll keep it anyway. Then we also have now the private invitations. This one is what contains both the part for the wedding and also for the reception. So let me start with the public one. So the public one is basic. Yeah, this screen is basically the same, but some of the features you're not going to use them in the public. One thing which I want to say is that maybe if you want to include a name for the person, yeah, you can just pick here. If you don't want to show name, if you say show name, you add the guest name. So I want to invite this person and so on to the wedding. It's going to happen at the place of worship. So I'm going to put it here and it's going to show. So you can also switch. Maybe you love this template which I saw in the public to be in a private. You just switch. I put private. It will come to private. Yeah. So let's come back to our business. So if there's a template you want to hide, by the way, like I don't love these flowers. I know taste differs. There are people who use this and wonder they are here. They love them the way they are. Yeah, so but with me, I'm going to hide them. And if you feel there's no template which you are looking for, yeah, there's one thing. We have AI, they're advancing. We have Nano Banana. We have ChatGPT 2.0, which is powerful. So I'm going to give ChatGPT a prompt for it to generate a wedding card without text. I'm going to strictly command it by uploading this background picture or any background picture of a couple and tell it, don't add anything, just the picture and the head of the people. Then I'm going to add the rest. Then we're going to come back and finish the job. So here I am in ChatGPT and I'm going to pick the image, generation image, and I'm going to paste the prompt which I have used before. Uploaded the picture so it may attach a photo. Alright, so ChatGPT has generated this type of image and I'll use this one anyway. Yeah, looks it can do the job. So remember, I had those couples uploaded and ChatGPT has created this. Yeah, so for no copyright infringement, even the photos I'm using for this I just generated. So like I was saying, if you don't like any let me remove this bookmark. If you don't like any template here, feel free, you can hide them. Then you can upload your custom template. So like the image, yeah, if you want some parts which needs to be cropped, you can crop. For now, I don't want any. I'll just say save. So once I have saved this, the next is I want it to I have to give it a name. So I'll say mine. Yeah, so you can choose if you want it to be a public, a private, or for both. It will cater for public cards, private cards, even if you can search or it can be both. For now, I just want it to be in the public. So the image has been uploaded. So one thing I need to do is I need to set it as default. Then I need to uh, put it as a bookmark so that it appears the first thing. So one thing I have to do now is to customize this. So I have a couple number of places I need to go. First of all is the introduction text, the names of the bride and groom. Then if you need to show table numbers, the ones you've assigned on a card. So for this arrangement, you have table numbers. If you have the main messages, which you feel you can tell the people, the reception ceremony, and the other things, you can also have let's separate. If you want the name to be appear in order like a bride's name and groom's name in the same sentence. This is the setting and the separations. For example, I don't use this and, I rather use this and. The separation, the separator, and other things I have to fill it. So let me quickly do this. Then one thing I need to do is to put save. So my other job here is to organize them so that I can able to generate everything. So here is the number of things which I want to highlight. For the couple and the groom, you cannot modify their names here. You can only change the color of the text and the font size. So this button here is used to customize the background style. Maybe the background is too bright. You can choose it. You can put it back at 100%. So let me just put it back at 100%. Yeah, so let me just reset this. Yeah, I'll just, yeah, it's on 100%. Yeah, then you can also choose the couple styling, the color, and the the font they are going to use. Okay, let me pick this one for now. It's even money to, yeah, okay, I'll keep it for this card. Then I've added the guest name. So the guest name, you can just come here, change the color for the guest name. So for now, maybe I'll choose this one as the name of the guest or the guest. Then the card number, table number is going to appear there. Like you can see, I can adjust the font from the slider here for this. Then the card number will be here down. The reception will be here, but maybe before the reception, let me drag this QR code somewhere first. Before the reception, I want to touch the ceremony part. I want it to be here. Wedding ceremony, then a reception, and the note for the people who are coming. So I'm going to strictly say no, the number of people showing because there is a number of guests on the card. Remember, you can customize this one and the rest. So these handles are used to give room for more text. So I'll say just here only number of people will be allowed to enter. These are my Zoom credentials. Yeah. So there are couples. I've seen some invitation cards which has a map to tell people where they can find. So no wonder the customizable one is important. Maybe you want to add a card, you want to customize everything, you want to share your names, everything is there. So these are contacts that if I double click, I'll open this. Or the other way is to do this, then you put on the pencil. Then you can also write it for more, for info, call this number. This is a text placeholder, no problem. Then I can just say this. So now let's find where we can put the QR code. So this one is usually at the bottom. Okay, so I think I'm done with this. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done now. So here is your job. You are just supposed to do this. Then you go back. Remember, everything we've done here has been changed. Sorry, I forgot to put this brown, huh? Something like this. Remember that everything you do here remains where you've left them. So your job is to come and generate them. So let me start generating them. So we're done. We've set everything. We've configured our card, and here's just a little bit review of how it is looking, the guest name, and everything. So let me go back to the guest list. So before I start, there are things which I need to mention. So we have an export CSV for Excel, just in case you want the door bounce or the people will be letting people in to have a backup. You can print this. When they print, or you can print it as a PDF. When I print all, they are going to see the names of the people who are coming and their card numbers. Yeah, just in case, and the relationship which you've added according to the guest. So next is I need to start generating. So I'll give you an example of Cassius. I want to generate this card for Cassius and the person I've told him. So you see, so Cassius is on table number 4, and this card is for 2 guests. It can be used by 2. So I can change the name, but for now I don't know what the person is going to come with. So I've made this invitation to look like this, and that's all. And that's okay. Once you're done, you just have to go here. You say save as PNG. It will go to the gallery, or you share as a PDF or you share as a PNG. So let me try sharing as a PNG, then open my WhatsApp and send this person. So let me do this. So the invitation has been sent with some custom text. So I'm going to choose Cassius. I think this is the Cassius I'm looking for. Mhm. Then let me send the invitation. Okay, so dear Cassius, please find your invitation attached. We'd love to have you with us. And let us know if you'll be able to attend, or feel free to reach out if you need any details. Thank you. This is the invitation for him, but these are very, very high quality images, which WhatsApp ruins. Anyway, at least for this one, which WhatsApp ruins when you share. So there's a way, if you save them as a file inside the picture, even if you reset, I mean, even if you send for the invitation, it's going to change. So now here is the thing: if I refresh, it's going to show that this person has been configured. Let me let it refresh. So all the people you've invited, you see this one. You can view the card. If the person says, oh, I've lost the card, then you share it. Or maybe go to edit. For this edit, you can only move things which are not okay, um and you can move things. You can also increase their size. That's what you need to do. This is a simple invitation edit for this guy. Also, you can see how many invitations are missing now. So instead of us generating one by one, there's a better way of generating. You can generate for everyone at once. So let me introduce you to generate missing invitation, to generate bulk invitations at once. So once again, sometimes according to the phone's memory and the space, it may work to generate everyone at once, or it may not. So once it generates few, come back, click again, it will start generating, and everyone comes. Everyone is having a share. So there's a message that to generate a complete invitation, go to invitation template, choose a template, customize it with all required information, which we've done. We've positioned everything, make sure that everything is okay, and we've set it as a default. So this is what is required. So it's just generate the bulk invitations. Okay, so it's generated 4 invitations with one skip. Okay, so now if I go to missing invitations, I can see nothing is here, meaning everyone has a card. Yeah, as a card now, which our job just needs to start sending them. So this one is for Cassius. You've seen this one. Let's see, this one is for Grace. Okay, you've seen this one. You've seen this one. It's for Able. Okay, everyone has a card and their unique invitations. So let me export them. So exporting them, you can export all, or you can clear all and restart everything. So for now, let me export them, then we'll see what they look like. So exporting invitation has a two ways. Um, when you click on export all invitations, you choose if you want them to be sent as a picture or as a PDF document. So for this scenario, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use a picture. Okay, so now our time is to go back, go to that folder, then start viewing them. But before I go, once again, I want to mention you may have your own background invitation, or maybe you may want to give it to someone who has uh, who has a stationery, or who wants to get you want to get them printed. So once you export, they are ready to be printed. You can print them, you can give to a person who is responsible. But sometimes I understand, or we understand, that you have a place, or maybe
type of design you want, which you may not configure them in the device. And that reason, we have this setting under the settings, which is which is a transparent background. So what transparent background works is, once you generate an invitation like this, let me go there. Once you generate an invitation like this, I'm going to delete one. Yeah, and I think this one. Simply delete this invitation for able. Where is he? Yeah. Once I'm going to generate this, generate and send. No, this one is it's not the one. It has shifted. Let me go to missing invitations. Then I suggest it's going to just get the text without the background. Let's try. So let me share this invitation. This guy, see, this one has just gotten the text. So the background, there's nothing in the background. It's transparent, meaning if you put it in a green place, it's going to be green. Thing you're going to disable the transparency. Yeah, so disable the transparency and let the pictures get generated with that background image which we are doing. So this is the major thing. The next thing is just the matter of testing out. So we are going to test if now the users or the guest comes to our wedding. So I've invited the 16 guests. Yeah, out of 100. They're still progressing. So let's see. Let me go to gallery, audiobooks, then invitation. So I just have to extract this. So you see the image sizes. These are very high quality images. Yeah, I'll delete the zip. I don't need it, I guess. Then once this one is done, let's have a preview of our cards. See, I think everything is under control. We've just generated the invitations for everyone. So feel free to give this zip file to the guy who is going to print them, or if you want to send them, please send them with the person. So let me now talk about the door bouncer. And since we've configured him, how to use these cards. I've managed to transfer the photos to another device which we are going to use for this example. So we are going to get started now. So here is the door bouncer. We have to start testing. Remember, I've configured it. So before everything, the door bouncer need to agree to the terms and conditions of this application, and you can also set in setting just to get everything, and put it offline so that in case there is no internet, the invitations card numbers continue to display. So I have two options. First of all, you can scan the QR code or can manually enter a card. So we're going to test the two of them. So let's say this a table of my family comes. So let me put the scan invitation. You see, so this is the invitation. So it has detected 10 people have arrived. So if they are not 10, maybe 2 are missing, I'll indicate 8, then confirm entry as I'm waiting for the card. So once 10 has entered, it will show the progress and the number of people who are pending or who are remaining. So also, let's try to get the invitation number. So let's say this same person or others have come, so they can feel free to duplicate the card. Only the number of entrants will restrict how many times the card can be used. So we're going to try manual entry. We're going to put here, if you're lazy like me, maybe you like the camera, then I'll pick search. Okay, so it has detected that this number is for 10 cards, and 8 already seats have already been used. Then 2 are the only remaining time. So I'll pick confirm 2 people, yes. Then I'll check in these users, and currently the card is fully used, will never be used again. If you go to check-ins, you can log the users out. You can, maybe someone wants to go out, you just say one go out. If maybe everyone decided to go out, you can sign out all the seats, yeah, so that it starts from scratch. Yeah, so this is just an example. Let me pick another example. So my family comes, then let me scan this. I love scanning, it's the quickest way. Once it sees the QR code, yeah, so all 10s are here. Then I'll choose another card. This card is for Mr. and Mrs. Longo. Let's see how much you detect. Once I just point at the card, just to detect. So it's very far. We zoom it a little bit. Yeah. So 2 already done. 10, 12%, 12 people out of 16. Let me pick another card. And we scan. So let me try this one. Okay, guys, is here. Yes, 1%. Okay. Yeah, I guess we are about to be done. So one person will be out because we decided to never use it. So I'm going to say okay, and done for guests. Okay, so we have one person remaining who is in the transparent, but is now generating the memories. So once you are done, maybe the event is over, we know that you may want a report of what you did to the wedding app, what happened, or maybe want to get this report and give it to the next bride and groom so that they can use it as a guide as they are planning their wedding. So we have this wedding memories. So story about everything. Let's just have a look at how it will be. Oh, it's done already. So let's open it, and it will give a summary of what happened at your reception. So we have this beautiful wedding manager of you. We decided to change the background to come the background of your wedding. So this is it. You have where the ceremony was. It was at Lusaka Main, and the reception was at Lusaka Gardens. Then this one is a summary of overview.